very bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this. I've got a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about
I have a very bad feeling about this. I've got a bad feeling about this.
For what it's worth, I've got a good feeling about this.
Punch and chisel. I swear it's gonna get better.
Dude, you started off pretty good.
No.
It started off.
I have not been practicing.
Why would you?
Does it show?
Why would you?
Does it show? No.
Yeah. All right. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of I've Got a Bad Feeling About This. I am your host, Chisel. And with me, as always, is Jonathan the Fallen.
What's up? What's up?
So,
Ichuta.
yes. Dude, you beat me to it.
Oh, damn it.
All right. Dude, it seems like it's been a little while since we did our last one. We've been
Yeah.
kind of busy lately.
Right. I
know?
mean, you've been like traveling around doing toy shows. I've been, working. Well, you're working. I'm working.
Well, yes. We've both been working a lot. Just, different fields. So,
Oh, yeah.
I was in Vegas, did a diecast super convention out there where we had the Dukes of Hazzard.
I mean, that's not Star Wars, dude.
No, it's not. But I brought Star Wars stuff with me and I sold it there.
But there's
so.
politics with Hot Wheels.
Oh
Big time.
God, it is it gets kind of crazy with the diecast stuff. There's a lot going on there.
It's not as crazy as Pokemon politics because
gosh,
you gotta be able to fight for that.
Oh, I got to tell you though, Pokemon has been really good to me the past 2 months. I have not made as much money selling Star Wars as I have selling Pokemon the last 2 months.
Yeah,
It's been crazy.
dude. Even out here, like my buddy texts me from work. He's like, "Were you in line at 5 a.m? For Costco to open up?" And I'm like, "No, I'm in Oregon, dude."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, well, I scored 2. My wife got 1, and I don't know what it was.
When you
that packs.
Yeah, they were 151 packs.
And there was a dude outside saying he will buy them for $300.
Yeah, depending on what you get. Yeah.
I mean, he had
That's
a sign
not-
or something.
That's not crazy. If you can get 3 boxes, people will pay. I'd pay, $80 a box if people had them.
Yeah,
That's
but-
more than what my distribution price is, but I'm still going to make money on that.
Right.
Not quite double up, but close
I
to
mean,
it.
you're a reseller though, or not
Oh, yeah.
reseller. You go through
Yes.
distribution.
Yeah.
You don't go to the store and buy
No,
shit.
I
and
do
flip it like
definitely do not do that.
I do. Yeah, we're on opposite sides of the spectrum, and,
Yeah.
and we're politically against each other.
Yes.
But we can sit in the same room and look. If I say, "Hey, look at this cancer kid," are you going to clap?
Always.
Very good.
I'm not going to sit on my hands.
Very good.
So, in case you guys have not figured it out yet, we're going to dive into politics this episode.
Ooh, like U.S. politics,
All kinds of politics.
Canadian politics,
Dude, we're going to name this episode The Magalorian.
Wow.
I've been waiting to use
I've
that.
been waiting for that.
I have.
It's such a good term, right?
I know. I figured we better get a few episodes in before we start off with that. So,
Right.
But one of the things I kind of want to talk about before we get into all that is, maybe a little bit about our listeners.
Sure.
We've had a few people contact us lately, and some good.
Now that we're thick into the game,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's 15, 16 episodes in.
Yeah.
We've been, little bit of good, little bit of bad.
Not so much bad. We've had a couple people that we've talked about on this podcast reach out, and they said, "Oh, hey, that was really good." They laughed about it, and
Big Mac. No, not him. He didn't,
no, it
he
was.
didn't- He didn't reach out. He didn't reach out.
Oh no, he definitely did not. But when I got into it with him, he acted like he had no idea.
Oh, of course.
And
he
I
doesn't even
didn't-
know who you are. He
Yeah.
totally shaded you for the
Had no
handshake and
idea,
everything,
but yes, we've met and we've talked and whatever. But he didn't know who I was. Okay, so yeah, we had somebody that we've talked about on the show before. He's the guy that posted the Big Mac rant videos. So
what was his name on the YouTube
God,
account?
I cannot remember it right now. I feel so
fuck.
bad.
What? That's something we need to know.
Yes.
God damn
So,
it.
and he was talking about it, and he's like, man, I really laughed out loud a few times. That was a great episode.
It's like Thurman Merman or something like that.
Something like that.
Oh, no, that's the
It's
Bad Santa kid.
Thurman, I think it's Thurman or Thurston Howell the Third. I don't know.
Thurman
Something like
Munson. No, that's the New York Yankees player.
that. Yeah. But something like that. And then had a couple people reach out after that episode and said, hey, that was really great. And we're like, yeah, we can't devote every episode to him,
I also
even though there's a
can't-
lot of material.
I have too many ribs to suck my own dick, but thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ring the bell here, too.
Yeah. We had somebody comment on not our last episode, the one before that, where we were talking about Repro and Stan Solo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they made a comment on our YouTube.
I actually
page.
have that. I didn't see it till you told me about it, and that was right before we were doing the show. I was like, really?
Yeah, I just saw it this morning, so.
It's actually from Chronically Online. So I don't know if it's a real account or fake account. I didn't really look him up.
It is.
It's just
He's got a few thousand followers.
So he says this. He goes, you guys should be required to shut this channel down for being such know-nothings. Fans strike back, scammed people out of a bantha, not Stan Solo. Stan Solo delivered a bantha. If you're going to insult my friend at the top of the pod, at least know what you're talking about. And you responded, I see, I've Got a Bad Feeling, which is our YouTube. But you can go there and subscribe and like and share and do all that cool stuff. You say, hey there, fella. Maybe you should go back and listen one more time. We didn't say Stan Solo never delivered it. We said, and I screenshotted it and I didn't even click on it.
And didn't get the whole thing? Yeah.
We said it took longer than expected and the quality wasn't there. So, and I remember that, and I wasn't sure what I said. I know I wasn't sure about anything because I don't know about anything. I kind of know little things here and there, and the reason why I do know something is because I watched Retro Blasting Michael's video on the Bantha and how it all fucking happened. He was pissed too.
Yeah, and, we even make the little disclaimer, hey, we don't always know everything. Sometimes this shit, we're getting third hand. Like you just said, you heard that about it from somebody else.
And we're not talking shit about your friend.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the practices, what had happened. It's like history, dude.
Well, now I am going to talk shit about his friend.
Okay.
Fuck him.
Wow.
No, that bugs me when somebody says, that we said something when we didn't say it.
Dude,
that
this-
shit always drives me crazy.
Look, this comment is obviously trying to gatekeep. And does he think that we're going to take his advice and shut this whole thing down?
No.
Like,
Not
we're
at
going to
all.
be...
That's it, dude. Pack it up.
We're
Turn
just
it
going to
off.
be Walter Peck from Ghostbusters. Shut these all off. Shut
Yeah.
this all down.
Exactly. Turn the mics off. We're done.
This
That's
man
it.
has no penis. No dick. I think that's the line. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Shut this all down because I got it wrong.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. Wrap it up.
It's the heavy politics of this shit, dude. And he's definitely gatekeeping.
Yeah.
He did not clap for the cancer kid.
He did not. Fuck him.
He didn't.
All right, great. Now we just lost 10% of our listeners.
Look, I'm on a clap. Okay, this is good. This is great.
All
Slow
right.
clap.
So, another one of our listeners reached out. He's a regular listener on this podcast and on Hoodcast. Also, he's probably one of my favorite listeners.
Oh yeah,
The Mob Boss.
my boss.
Yes. So he always sends me articles and stuff, and we try to talk about them. He sent me one on Pokemon and stuff like that, but we kind of cover that on the other show, not so much on this one. I don't
Right.
want to.
Star Wars fans don't really want to hear about
They
Pokemon
don't.
unless there's Pikachu in a Darth Vader helmet or something that's
Yeah.
cute,
Well, I just did the flyer for our next toy show at the store.
Which I'm amazed is happening.
Yeah. I worked really hard to get that done.
I can't wait for the police to show up.
So, again, we got the Pikachu with the lightsaber.
It's
that-
not like our toy shows at the toy store in the parking lot sale are that wild. They get a little
No.
crazy, but look, it's just the other businesses don't like a
Well,
lot
they
of
like
people there.
they like to use our parking lot and then get mad when we tell them they can't park there. That's what happened.
And they call the cops.
They call
And
the cops.
come and go, well.
Well, you don't have it posted. The sign's right there on the side of the building. Well, how would they know? Because it's on the fucking building.
Maybe if you wear your MAGA hat, or Mando hat,
Yeah.
make Mandalorian great again.
So we'll see what happens. But like I said, I made a Pikachu with the lightsaber for that. And actually, you made it, and then I just took it off of the flyer you made before and put it into my new flyer.
I made it a
that
couple
I made.
different times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you did it once with the red lightsaber
Yep.
and once with the blue.
Right. He
So-
was, and because I put the evil eyes on him too, the Sith eyes.
So I used the one with the blue lightsaber for
Right.
this.
Because you want good people here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But although Siths traveling too, right? Hey,
there's
there's more
always-
people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he sent me a article about Star Wars, and let me pull it up right here. I just had it, and I don't know what I did with it.
You can't work a fucking phone, dude.
No,
and
I
like
can't.
you want to get to
Horrible.
Star Wars technology, you call that hunk of junk a phone?
Hey,
Hey,
this
this
is
phone has looked up the best porn in the world.
this is an Android, sir. All right. Okay. This one from the mob boss. It says, the American people are sharply divided. What they can learn from Star Wars fans? Nothing, because Star Wars fans are just as divided.
Yes, they are, and they send each other like hate-filled comments to shut their shit down.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
It's almost like a trade federation.
Yeah.
You need to shut that shit down.
Somebody had made a comment. They said, why would I, talking about the prequels, they're like, why would I ever need to know about the taxation of trade routes?
Why would you?
Yeah,
I mean, at
who
least
knows?
I would say that back then.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh my god, it relates
Yes.
a lot more.
George Lucas was really ahead of his time.
Dude, is he he's like a Nostradamus of some shit?
He's like
or
20,
something.
like he could see 25 years into the future.
Look, it was happening back then too. We just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, nobody
And also,
cared.
we were younger, dude.
Yeah, we didn't care about that shit.
Do you think? Look, when Episode 1 came out, and it had all the cool animation, cool stuff, Darth Maul, and like the the new Jedi's and shit, Qui-Gon, and then all of a sudden, all the fucking trade federations, like, we need to ban these fucking ETs. These ETs are all over the place. We need to get them out of Naboo.
Exactly.
They're fucking
Dude,
touching everything,
They had to go hide.
They are depleting our Reese's Pieces. Look, and there's people who are saying, it's not Reese's, it's Reese's. Look, and I say, fuck you. So we're at ends.
No, dude, it's Reese's. It's not Reese's.
I say Reese's Pieces.
Dude, it's not even PCs.
Look, sir, I'm going to have to put some tariffs on you, sir.
Dude,
No, I don't actually believe that. I say it both ways.
it drives me crazy when people say Reese's Pieces, because neither one of those are words.
You're right. I never thought of it that way. Look, and I'm allowed to change my mind. You're right. I'm on your side now.
No, you're a PC of shit.
No, it's your pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Little pieces that I go, ooh, piece of candy. No, that's shit.
So,
What am I, James Wood?
So, obviously, there's a lot of division over Star Wars. Whenever somebody says they don't like something, somebody else always comes back and has to call them, an ist or an ism or something, or, hey, I didn't like this show with women in it. Oh, wait, you're a misogynist. Well, maybe the show was just written badly.
Some people just hate to hate, and that's fine, and because they're opinionated because they like authentic shit or old shit. They like the old ways, and which is fine, but they still at least check things out. There's some people who are just checked out of new Star Wars altogether, and they just don't watch it.
There's plenty
and
of
that's
them.
fine. They don't get online, and part of it's online. Part of it's
definitely.
online, and just people behind a keyboard and like with the free will.
And that stuff,
No
I
repercussions.
think they're a vocal minority. You have some people be like, oh, I didn't like this. Like, oh, you didn't like it because it's a woman. No, I didn't like it because it was a piece of shit. But then when you But then when you turn around and bring up how Star Wars has some of the best women characters in it,
Yeah, that they got rid of too.
and it's like, well, that that doesn't matter. When you say that, when you're like, dude, look at Princess Leia, dude, she's been one of the best characters in the entire thing. Ahsoka is one of the most popular characters in the entire franchise.
One of their top characters that was growing, they got rid of because she's MAGA.
Exactly.
Well, loosely because she's MAGA. Loosely.
Well, yeah.
I say that loosely.
Yes, she made posts that, weren't even as bad as some of the stuff that I think Pedro Pascal posted.
No, and like,
And then
if it
he
was said
deleted his
now, it
stuff.
would be fine.
Yeah.
We live in a different era now, I guess. I think of it as like WWE eras. They go from PG to this, to that, to that. This is the Attitude Era. And it's like, it's only a couple years later and it's PG era. And
Yeah.
then, it's just, it quickly changes, much like our lifestyles with our politics in the United States.
Oh, yeah. Look at the difference in the past, call it 8 years. The way things were 8 years ago to now, it's totally different.
Oh, way different. Like, I remember when I started Hoodcast, I was afraid to say certain things. Very afraid. Just from, not like so much being canceled. I was like, they can't fucking cancel a little podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, they absolutely can.
Yes.
And they can ruin your life and dox you and all that shit, and your job can fire you. So you have to, like, kind of be careful about what you say still. But
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are some things you shouldn't say, period. But
if you're just speaking out of your fucking ass, you should be allowed to. And then go, oh, yeah, I was just saying shit. I'm sorry.
yeah,
And then that should be the end of it.
exactly.
But it's not.
No, it never is. Somebody always has to make a bigger deal about it.
But it's also because we have open communication and constant communication through the internet and cell phones and everything else.
And
So-
there's the anonymity of it, too, where chances are you're never going to see that person you're talking shit to.
So it makes me think that Star Wars in that universe, they had the same technology, and that's what led to the Trade Federation blow up and all that crap, They were in
Because-
constant communication with these fucking ETs who were eating all the Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, and they could send them the hologram messages and shit like that, and didn't actually have to be there.
Right, and they're not afraid to say whatever they need to
Yep.
say. They can
They're
record
like,
it on an R2
shit,
bot.
now there's two of them.
Obi-Wan, stop looking up all this porno. You can say whatever the fuck you want and put it on a droid, and the droid don't know.
Yeah, he just repeats what you say.
And not everyone can speak in beeps and boops.
No, they can't. So, like I was saying, there's a lot of people on both sides that always think, they're right. And they forget the part where we do have a lot more in common.
Do you think that you're right?
Most of the time I think I'm right. But just like they say in Star Wars, everything is from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
So the way that I believe things is because of the things that I've been through and the things that I've seen.
Your experiences in life.
Yeah, they shape my views. Now, I get if you don't live the same life as me, you're not going to see things the same way as me. And I understand that. I think a lot of people don't take that into consideration. Well, oh, you believe this because you must be a piece of shit. You must be a racist. You must be this.
They're assuming.
Or what? Yeah, and that happens on both sides. But when you actually talk to the people, most of the time you find out you have a lot more in common.
Oh, yeah.
And you would actually get along. You just see things differently, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, especially online, no one's going to go, oh, you changed my mind. Thank you. This is really eye-opening. That just barely ever happens online.
No, they're not going to listen to you.
Nobody listens online.
They're gonna talk at you, not to you, and they're definitely not going to listen.
Like, I changed my mind about the Reese's Pieces, although I'm still saying it. You know?
you know you're wrong, but you refuse to change.
But my brain is already programmed that way.
Yeah.
You know how hard that is to change?
Yes.
It's very hard. I have to actually think about what I'm saying, and I don't like doing that.
You took your first step to a bigger galaxy. All right?
Yeah, I'm not open to that.
So, like I said, most people would really get along more if they just talked. Like you said, Star Wars fans already have common ground.
Isn't that what conventions were initially for?
Yeah, for everybody to get. And the thing is,
get together.
You know what? When you go to,
And exchange ideas.
when you go to these conventions, you don't see that shit.
No, it's groups keeping themselves.
I think everybody
There's
really
people who go around. And buy
everybody
things and
really kind of
communicate.
gets along at the conventions.
Sure.
I've never seen an argument or a fight or anything like that at one. There are some issues with cosplay sometimes, but
Yes, there
people got to
definitely
be
is.
reminded, and that's because, to be honest, dudes can be creepy sometimes.
Look,
and
there's a lot of incels, man. Like 20% of the women, no, 80% of the women date 20% of the men, or something. I think I heard that on Joe Rogan, so it must be true.
okay,
Yeah,
so I mean that shit's not okay. Dude, there's
not.
always signs up that say cosplay is not consent. It's like, dude, that's pretty bad that you got to post that shit.
right,
Dude,
But you got to remind people. Like some people, like I've met people at conventions, and they're like, "I'm not quantifying these people, but like this was a big fat dude, like
Yeah.
slobby, like," ooh, and I was hanging out with him like outside smoking cigarettes because he was going through his fucking pictures, and he was just really weird.
yeah.
And he's like, "I just take pictures of, a cosplay." And I was just asking him questions, I was curious.
Yeah.
And they were really odd pictures.
Yeah, that and that shit's not okay.
It's not.
Dude, no. I almost beat the shit out of some guy at DMV. He was taking pictures of little girls.
Whoa.
And I had to be held back from beating this dude's ass at DMV until the cops got there. And the dude was wearing a Star Wars shirt. And I was like, God damn it.
I mean, it's not like it hasn't been reported before.
No,
with Star
I know,
Wars
but I
fans,
was just like, motherfucker. That just really bugged me. But
yeah, that's foul, dude.
dude, that is. And I think that's shit that everybody can agree on. People like that, dude, they're fucking disgusting.
You shouldn't be out there taking pictures of little Padawans and
No.
shit,
No.
Which the whole like politics things, and there's regime changes that happen, and then I'm not saying that becomes okay, but different slangs, different ways of talking, different ideologies become more okay than what they were before.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about racist shit or none of that shit, because people might think that with MAGA and all that stuff, but we're not talking about that. I'm just equating it to that, especially with the Star Wars, and then Kathleen Kennedy is supposedly on her way out, and now she gets a lot of hate. She did a lot of good, though, too.
She has done good. Like, she's produced some of the best movies.
Oh, yeah. Jurassic Park. Like,
she's worked on them. But, like I said, it was somebody else's project that she worked on. She was a producer for them and stuff. She didn't come up
but
with them.
she is a woman who gets shit done. Like, for a woman getting shit done, like, hey, more power to you. She commands the situation.
As a producer, I think she's done great. Like I said, she's put out some of the best stuff out there.
When she talks, people shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's why she is where she is.
But the stuff that has been done on her watch, if a dude was putting out the Star Wars that we have gotten in the past, what is it, 6+ years? Dude, I'd be saying that dude is a piece of shit. It doesn't matter that she's a woman. This trash is trash.
I blame her for certain reasons of Star Wars, but I don't blame her for why she did it. She had an idea to like reach other audiences, which is little girls and females, and make it more, not that it needed that, but for the Disney idea that she had and the way the woke culture was going, everyone was rah, rah, rah behind her, Like, oh, you're so brave, da-da-da-da, like, let's do this. And she wanted to make it that way. And so, of course, it failed.
But
And it failed in her fucking face.
at the same time, dude, that's not what the fans want.
No,
How
but
do
she
you
did
not
try something.
Know that. But how many times was it tried?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing,
right.
Yeah.
And how much money did they lose?
Exactly. Dude, millions I bet if you...
Hasbro, Disney, the Star Wars group in a whole, meaning figures, movies, the whole Star Wars enterprise, Like, since they bought it, how much did it fucking lose? And also because of the new movies and the new Star Wars land, like, they don't do past shit. They keep it that new fucking shit for some reason.
Yeah.
That loses a lot of money. It's really bland and vague there. We still go, but
Of course, because we like it. We don't. The majority of Star Wars fans don't let that shit turn them off of the franchise.
right. It wasn't her idea to like, hey, let's make a ride that you can fly the Millennium Falcon. That's not her idea.
No.
That's some person who loves Star Wars and goes, this is what people want to do.
Exactly. I love that ride.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so excited when I got to sit at the chess table in the Millennium Falcon.
We still got to take that picture
Dude,
when we go.
I know. So that was great. I was so excited. Like the whole time I'm just looking around like that shit was amazing. That's some shit you think of as a little kid you would never see.
Right.
So
and now my daughter does it like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
And like she thinks she loves it, but she
but
thinks
nothing of it.
Yeah.
No, this is normal now.
But look, she's younger, and when she's older, she's gonna remember that Millennium Falcon like it's old school Disney.
Yeah.
Like
I remember when Star Tours came out.
Oh
and,
yeah. Yep.
I mean that was huge because that was the first like new Star Wars thing we had.
Yeah, I was there opening year, not day or nothing, but opening year. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember
It
when
still
I went,
is cool.
but
Like
it is. Dude, I can't wear the 3D glasses though. It makes me sick.
It doesn't make me sick, but it's sometimes I take them off. It's just like it's easier to see for me. Like I got fucking weird eye problems. What do you call it when your eyes are shaped like cat's eyes?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
Well, I can't talk to you anymore,
Well,
sir.
I have an astigmatism.
They're shaped like Reese's Pieces.
Yeah. I have an astigmatism, so that's why it
Oh,
fucks
astigmatism. That's what
is
it is.
that what it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it was. I know it's the way you see light.
Yeah. So like, and when you see light, it's like it's got the streamers and shit. Yeah.
Yes.
It cannot be fixed, really.
Yeah, that's why I don't wear the glasses.
But also, I hear that your eyes don't get worse and they don't get better. So certain parts of your eye can deteriorate.
That kind of makes sense because, as I've gotten older, my eyes haven't gotten any worse.
No, my eyes have been the same, and I've had glasses my whole life and never wore them.
I've never worn them. I'm supposed to, but
if I drive at night and it's raining and I can't see, I'll wear them. But otherwise,
no, I don't. I don't have to. And dude, I see better at night.
Still alive.
I see better at night.
You're like, yo, I drove this truck 27 parsecs or whatever the fuck it is. Like I'm misquoting. Y'all can hate me in the comments, but look, that's my job.
Yeah,
It's a fucking job, man.
We're supposed to talk about the bad stuff. Occasionally, we get that wrong.
Yeah, it's okay.
So I don't really think there's a reason for Star Wars fans to be divided.
There's not.
I think sometimes the shit just gets blown up, basically, for publicity. Oh,
Yes.
people are mad about this. Who? They're like, oh, this person's getting a lot of hate. I'm like, where is this hate and what are they saying? When the sequel trilogy came out and everybody was shitting on Rose Tico and stuff, and it's like
It was fun.
but everybody
was
shit
bad,
on
but
the
look-
everybody shit on the character.
Once I figured out about the actor and stuff, yeah, I felt really bad. Not that
Yes.
I didn't post anything, but I was reading all the comments about the character and stuff. But I didn't think any of it was really too far because, well, okay, I read some stuff later that was a little too far because it had to do with the actor, and that's
not okay.
And all the comments ex-nayed that. They're like, fuck that guy.
Exactly.
You don't do that
You've-
shit.
you've always
we
got-
don't like the character. We don't like
Exactly.
the actor's
There's nothing
fine.
wrong with her. She's
Yeah.
she did great in her in her role. I mean, it was just a shitty character.
Yeah,
I didn't really like it.
She played that shitty character to like the top T of
Dude,
whatever
yeah,
acting.
It was she did great. And then, because people didn't like her character in the last one, she kind of got cut out of most of it, and it's like, dude, all right, well, that's kind of shitty.
Right, and I thought Finn was supposed to be gay anyway, so
Dude, I don't know. Dude, that's more shit. Oh,
wasn't
he was
him and
supposed to
Poe
be gay.
Dameron supposed to kiss or something?
Some shit like that.
And
It's
then
like,
they changed
why?
it. They're
Why-
like, no, we'll just have two lesbians kiss in the background.
Why do that if it adds nothing to the story?
Exactly. because it pushes an agenda for something else.
And that's what people don't like.
But then they sell it to China and edit out everything that China don't want.
Yeah.
Because they're there to make money. That's all it is.
Yes.
They're doing pushing the woke agenda to make money, which doesn't work. I don't know why they don't see that. It's weird. It's almost like someone else is forcing Disney and whatever else to do this. Like there's a higher power behind Disney that is forcing this agenda because
I don't know, I think
it's
that
I'm
they
thinking
think
conspiracy here. This is a major fucking like deep state thing that is pushing Disney. You have to do this, or else we will expose Walt Disney's head in sex crimes. You know, and they're like, okay, let's push this woke agenda. This is going to make us millions, and it doesn't.
When
they
you
keep doing it.
When you watch the news and shit like that, and they make it seem like that's what everybody wants. Like I said, when you've got a vocal minority, that's not what everybody wants,
Well,
and that's not what the fans.
How is that
want.
the vocal minority when every news station is saying it?
I don't know.
How does that make
That's
that
another conspiracy.
That doesn't make any sense.
Not at all. So they think that's what everybody wants. Like, well, I saw it on the news. That's what everybody wants. These people are
every non-Star Wars fan, like the parents and people, are like, oh, it's Star Wars. That's what people want is strong female leads, which is not a problem,
not at all.
And wokeism and plot lines that don't make any sense that push an agenda. That's what people want.
Yeah, that's it. That's what everybody wants, right? Because all those movies seem to do really good, right?
I want that. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the any of those shows that they came out with. I watched them all, except for the Acolyte. I never finished it, but I did enjoy the episode where like they killed off all the woke people. That was kind of cool.
That was, I think, the best episode. Just as far as action and everything that was really good. I mean, that was probably the best episode out of all of them.
There's ideas in that are cool. They're just not fleshed out.
Definitely.
The fact that a Jedi gets assassinated, that's cool. That's an idea, right?
In the very first episode, they had a female Jedi, and they killed her off. And it's like, dude, you could have done more with that. Everybody was excited to see her.
Yeah.
And she got killed in the first 5 minutes when everybody was excited about her being there.
So they can do like a psycho thing, or they can do like a backstory to like how that led up, or something.
And nobody would have had a problem with that.
And I know they tried to do a backstory of how that led up, but it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
None of it
Like I said, everybody has said it's just bad writing, had nothing to
is.
do with the women or anything like that. Dude, if it sucks, it's just fucking sucks.
It doesn't work when you have someone write Star Wars who doesn't know Star Wars. You have to know the universe. Now, I get you can change things here and there, fine. But you have to know the universe. You just have to for this. You can have a woke director if you want, but they have to stick to like the rules and the laws of the universe.
Yeah, it does. Like you said, it doesn't matter.
No problem.
What that person, like I said, believes or anything like that. Make good content. That's all people want is good content. You probably could have pushed, their agenda, whatever you want to call it, if you just wrote it good. People wouldn't have cared.
Look, even write it bad, but stick to the fucking rules.
No, I think come on, you're more likely to agree with an opposing opinion if it's presented the proper way to you.
Look, if they
like,
stuck to the rules, you might revisit it in 10 years and go, wow, this was actually cool. I actually like this.
Well, that's what people are doing with the prequels.
See, exactly.
But I've always loved them. I have always loved the prequels. I've never been a hater of them. When I read episode 3, the book, dude, that is the best Star Wars book I've ever read.
See, reading it might be better than watching it.
Oh, I mean, watching it, it's, one of my favorite movies, but the book was so good. The book had way more in it, obviously, but it was really good.
Like, the book would make way more sense with the lines they say, and I could see that a lot better. In the movie, I just don't think it portrays that well. The whole high ground and all this stuff. And they have like cool things and sayings that need to happen and stuff. fleshed out in a book, it would make more sense, and there's callbacks, to what
Yeah.
they say earlier. Like,
and
that makes way more sense in a book.
the book, they explain why Mace Windu's lightsaber is purple.
Yeah.
And how he fights and how he can, go right up to the edge of the dark side, but then pull himself back and all that, shit like that. There's a lot more stuff in the book.
There's like all that stuff they even edited out of the movie. Like, I don't know if it's that movie. It might be the part 2 or whatever. And Anakin, he has this whole speech to Padme, but then in the final cut, I don't like sand.
Yeah.
But what he says, like, in what he's supposed to say is actually way cooler.
There's a lot more to it. And then like there's a whole nother thing where Padme talks to her mom and about Anakin and all that stuff. And it's, that shit was cut out also, but was in the book.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
In
that
the
makes
other
sense.
book. I've read
Like,
all the books, so.
and it's not like that stuff would have been. Did they film that stuff?
They filmed it, yeah.
And then they didn't put out like longer versions like the Lord of the Rings
No,
trilogy.
I wish they did.
Why wouldn't-
everybody
it's
talks
money.
about
money.
the longer cut of episode 3. I would love to see that.
They should, like, they did that with Lord of the Rings. There's like an hour extra footage and shit,
Yeah, well-
and I love that. It's so good.
I don't get why they don't do that. I mean, I don't understand a lot of stuff they don't do. Like, dude, you can't get
Trade embargoes and tariffs. That's why.
that's it. That's what's holding it back. The holiday fucking special. You still can't get that anywhere.
Really,
Yeah.
that's money on the table too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's history, and whether
But-
you consider it canon or not, you could still put it out. You can. I think they should do another holiday special.
So, I don't know if did you watch Skeleton Crew?
Yeah, I got 3 episodes into it. I just haven't finished.
Okay, so then you probably saw it where the little elephant kid is with his brothers and sisters and they're playing the little hologram thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The holograms on the thing are from the holiday special.
Right. They like in every Star Wars new thing, they throw some
The
Easter eggs from
yeah.
other shit.
Yeah, but
in
that's
there.
what it was from.
Okay.
So,
Most of the time, I wasn't really. I was paying attention, but not really. I was working on other action figures and customs and shit while it was on. So I turned my head up when something cool happens or
no,
pew pew
I
pew
actu-
happens.
I actually, I watched it, and that's something I was like, dude, this I thought was done really good. It was, it was designed more for kids, obviously,
Yeah, it's fine.
but everybody could watch it.
Right.
I didn't hear anybody complain about it.
I really liked the captain dude. I thought he was good.
Yeah, and people like the pirate
robot. Yeah.
and all that stuff. Was like, dude, this is all anybody wanted. This wasn't a great masterpiece, but you could sit with your family and watch it and enjoy every bit of it.
Dude, I love the Ewok movies,
Yeah.
as a kid, and I still like them now, They're pretty evil. Well, at least the second one is. Like,
Yeah.
the whole family dies. Spoiler.
But, in Skeleton Crew, you have the one girl that's really smart,
Yeah.
and the other one who's kind of a know-it-all, whatever, and bossy and all that stuff. And they were still good characters. I didn't hear anybody say anything about them. You have the one kid who's, seems kind of dumb, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then, the other kid, the elephant kid who's a little scared of everything.
There's
And
some normal tropes in there,
that's-
but you need those,
Yeah.
to develop a story in a group of kids. Like, yeah.
and nobody ever said anything about it. I didn't hear any complaints.
Yeah, the way they communicate with each other, it seems like they're good friends and stuff. So it works. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but
No, like I said, it's
it is
not.
what it
It's
is.
not. A masterpiece, but
it's no Explorers or Goonies or
no, it's not.
reminiscent though. I definitely, got that
is.
feeling.
Oh, that's exactly what I told my
So,
daughter.
That's a win.
Yes, I said it's very Goonies, Explorers, that kind of stuff. And she watched it and she liked it. She's like, "Hey, that was actually pretty good." And so they can make good Star Wars.
It's definitely like Flight of the Navigator. Although that kid had no friends.
Yeah.
And like the spaceship was Pee Wee Herman or something.
Was it?
Yeah. I think it was Paul Rubens was the spaceship.
Oh shit! I didn't know that,
I think so.
dude. And I've seen it. Surprisingly, that's a movie I've seen multiple times.
I used to watch the shit out of it as a kid, and then like I just ended up hating it.
Yeah, I remember watching it at school one time, like when we had a substitute.
Oh, not
Something.
a rainy day, just a substitute who did
Just a
who
substitute.
just wanted to get paid.
Dude, rainy days they busted out the projector.
Oh.
And put it in the multi-use room with the screen.
Oh, okay.
And it was always some, dumb science video or some shit and about grasshoppers or spiders or some
Wow, and
shit
they
like
expect
that.
everyone to watch that?
Yeah, well, you couldn't go anywhere.
I remember they breaking up the old projectors, and it'd be about hygiene, and like it would show a dude in the shower, and he's singing Jimmy Crack-Corn, and I don't care, and he's washing his body, and I thought that was really weird and hilarious. I had heard the song before, but then now all of us kids are singing it at recess, you know,
Oh, nice.
while washing our bodies. Hey,
All
no,
right.
no. What about? Is there a hierarchy to collecting? Like, what I mean is, when I first started collecting, it seemed like there's the kings, of course, people who perceive themselves to be the king.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
know that, but
Yeah.
minus them, I'm just saying other people, like the hierarchy of collectors and people. Of course, some people talk down on you, but like when you start low and you don't have that much money, you have to grow your shit, sell shit to buy newer shit. You have to start you're like a dirt farmer in feudalism,
Yeah.
I don't know what they do to farm dirt, but they make it ample dirt to grow shit, and then like these other higher people
They
come
just
up
go
and
shit in the dirt.
They tax you, and take your shit.
So, kind of, we've talked about it before, about, and we touched on it this episode, about gatekeepers and shit like that.
You got to
there
pay the
is-
gatekeeper, and then they're like, "Oh, you're cool."
There is some of that. They're going to ask you, who's the founder, before they let you in the room.
But they have minions that they send out after you and like comment on your YouTube, which
yeah.
I want them to. They should do that a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I hope we get a response to that.
Oh yeah, Mr. I forget his name, like constantly online or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Thurman Merman though.
Yeah, unusually online or whatever the fuck. Always unusual. Who knows?
I feel sorry for you, sir.
Yeah.
Constantly
Yeah.
online.
Fuck
Dude,
that
that's
guy.
no way to live your life. See
No.
the world, man. It's raining outside.
If people got offline more, dude, people wouldn't be arguing like this.
No. They would like to get together and talk about the shit that's going on and what they believe.
I've gone and seen Star Wars when, Return of the Jedi was in the theaters with some people that, collect Star Wars and stuff that have the completely opposite political views as me.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't talk about it. We
No,
go
you don't
and
have
we
to.
went and we enjoyed Star Wars.
Absolutely.
It was great. I hadn't seen Return of the Jedi in the theater. I had seen the other ones in the theater, but I hadn't seen Return of the Jedi. And really, it was amazing. The sound, when you hear it in the theater, is great. So, but I went with them and we hung out and we talked Star Wars. And we talked about, what we collect and shit like that. Nothing else mattered except for Star Wars. But when you go online, it's always constantly posting about this and fuck these guys and fuck you if you believe this and
the online is still the wild, wild west.
it,
We know
it
that.
is. And when you get away from that,
But nobody shows up to the gunfight when it needs to go down, right?
yeah,
High noon, nobody's there.
yeah. But when you get away from that and you actually deal with people, it's totally different. Like I said, that's why when you go to conventions, it's different being there with that person. All that other shit doesn't matter.
Well, most people are happy to be there,
Exactly. Like I said, that other shit doesn't matter. When you get outside of your bubble, like I said, you can have a great time with people that are totally different from you.
And if you're harboring shit from online that's not necessarily real, yes, a person you know of and kind of know may have said something online, but do you think that person's thinking about what they said? Nah.
No.
They were
don't-
hiding behind a keyboard. It doesn't mean anything to them at all.
Yeah.
But if they say it in person to your face, then that's a little different.
Exactly. When we were kids, if you wanted to talk shit to someone, you had to do it to their face, and you might get hit for it.
Yeah. I leave a note.
Yeah.
I'll see you behind the gym.
Yeah.
And then I won't be there.
Oh,
No, I'd be there, but I'd be smoking a cigarette first,
Oh.
and to show you I'm a bad kid. And you're like, whoa, I don't want none of that.
yeah. Look at that tough guy over there with his. He's got his sleeve. He's got a pack of Marlboros rolled in his sleeve. Leave him
I'm
alone.
a little winded though.
Yeah. You're like, dude, this can't go more than 30 seconds, otherwise I'm gonna pass out.
Oh, cool. We're good friends now. You want to go see a dead body?
Yeah.
It's a long trek down some railroad tracks, but we'll make it.
God, I told that story to my nephew once, and he had no clue. He'd never seen the movie.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dude, when I was little, me and my friends, we went out and we found a dead body in the woods. And he was sitting like, oh my God, are you... And he
But
was...
you have to tell it like no, and then we found the I guess my friend's brother had buried a stash of pennies underneath the
under the porch.
Yeah, and then old Eyeball Chambers, he knew exactly what to do. They were out playing mail baseball.
Yeah,
or something,
mailbox baseball. Well, God, yeah, I told him that story, and he totally believed it. And my oldest daughter, she just looked at me and she goes, hey, wait a minute.
I do that shit, but with Seinfeld. I just create stories that happened on Seinfeld until like my wife goes, shut the fuck up.
God, I did that, I think, with Jen. I was telling her a story, and it was totally fucking made up, and she believed it. And then at the end, I had to be like, I just made that whole thing up. That was like I don't remember what it was, but it might have been a Star Wars thing.
Anytime I get a chance to do a Seinfeld thing, and nobody knows it, I cherish it.
Yeah.
I got to do it today when I picked up the WrestleMania or Wrestling WWE 2K25. They said I pre-ordered the Xbox version or whatever, the new Xbox thing, and I didn't. I go about reservations, like, I did reserve this, and I don't think you understand what reservation means. Like, you have the concept, but anyone can just take reservations. It's the holding it that matters. And she just stared at me. I think she was a he. She did not know anything. He didn't. I don't know who it was.
They.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did have extra copies of the PS5, so I was fine with that.
All right. So it didn't matter in the end.
It did not, but the Seinfeld reference really made me feel good, a lot better.
All right.
So it's just like the one time, like, I went to go return some pants, and I had to walk, so I was walking down this tunnel, and it got really muddy, and I slipped, ruining the very pants I was trying to return.
All right.
I don't know why I was wearing the pants.
I was just like, wait, why are you wearing the pants you're going to return? You going to take them off in the store? And
Actually, I stole that from a Billy Mumphrey story.
oh,
Yeah,
he
had some really unbridled enthusiasm.
I know somebody that did that. It was one of my daughter's friends. We were in the city, and she goes into Lululemon and exchanges the pants that she was wearing.
Wow,
Yes.
the very pants she was wearing.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's a Seinfeld reference.
I was like, holy shit. And they let her.
Of course they did.
I was like, what the fuck?
Those are very tight fitting.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to look.
They
This is my
probably
daughter's
didn't know.
friend. So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
She's a little pod
That's
one.
fucking gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
All
I
right.
think we
So
did it. Right?
I think we did. I think we established that, some Star Wars fans are fucking creeps, and fuck those guys.
We're normal though. So
Yeah. No. I would beat the shit out of someone doing some weird shit.
Oh yeah.
I actually, I was at a Star Wars show one time, a toy show, and there was a dude following a young girl around, and she was like, hey, this dude keeps following me, whatever. And I think the guy was like special needs or whatever.
Oh, you told me this story.
And
yeah.
I was like, damn, what do you do in a situation like that? So I had to kind of just
block.
Yeah, like be a buffer, like keep him away from her without being rude about it or anything. And I was like trying to see if he had somebody with him. But this girl was like 15 years old, and the dude kept following her. And
wasn't this one of your shows?
No, this wasn't one of my shows.
Why do I don't know. It's like you told me like I was there or something. Like I had to help you.
No,
it was weird. Then I had something similar happen, or you just told me and I put myself in your shoes.
Yeah,
that could have happened.
No, I think we might have talked about it before. I don't think we really haven't had anything like that happen at my shows, which I'm thankful for. So
that very story, man, I've had that. I'm pretty sure I've had that happen. I just can't put my finger on it.
yeah,
Either that, or I listened to like you tell that story on a podcast, and I re-edited it and edited it.
maybe
and edited it.
maybe
So I listened to it
we talked
constantly.
about it before.
So it became my story.
Yeah, yes,
Dude, I've
subliminally.
had other people tell my stories like directly to my face, and I go, "That's my story, dude." It'd be like my own cousin, you know. Like we tell the same stories over and over again, and then like he'll be telling like some of our friends when I'm there. I'm like, "That's my story, man."
Yeah, dude, that was me.
Yeah,
all right,
that
that
me.
wasn't you.
Yeah,
And then they'll play it off like, "Oh, wait, really? Was it? I thought that was me." See?
Exactly.
Because I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah. Look, I was about to tell your story, but you beat me to it.
Yeah. So we've established some dudes are creeps and fuck those guys.
And some people steal stories, dude.
Yeah, some people steal stories.
So does Star Wars. They stole their story.
Yeah. Like Star Trek.
Fuck Star Trek.
I know. Fuck them.
This is not a Star Trek episode.
This
This is way more entertaining
Oh,
than
I know.
any Star Trek episode.
They steal Shakespeare stories.
Look, you got to steal from somewhere.
And you know where I learned that from?
No.
Watching Jag.
You old motherfucker.
If you don't know, that's been an ongoing thing for a while about me liking the show Jag and Jonathan constantly using the Family Guy reference where Jag is only for old people.
No. This is not a Family Guy. This is
Dude,
fact,
there's a whole
dude.
Family Guy bit about old people watching Jag.
Well, they're 100% correct. I'm not even familiar with that bit. I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah.
And it's probably in the back of my mind. But, dude, my grandparents watched Jag. All of them. They're all
Good.
dead now.
Good.
So,
Well, I'm sorry, they're not.
you're next.
Not good.
Look, there's not going to be another season of Jag.
No. That's why there's NCIS.
Look, cop shows
The
are
spin-off.
easy watches, you know. Like,
See?
you can get like and just start watching them all day, but then like, no,
Yeah, see?
Stop it. Stop it.
See what Jag gave us? Jag gave us NCIS and all the spin-offs.
Then it gave us that Zach Morris on the show, on that one show, and then Zach Morris became a lawyer with the other guy, Franklin and Munch or something. I don't know.
Franklin and Bash. Had absolutely nothing
I
to
like
do
Munch
with that. Munch was from SVU.
Oh, okay.
See?
I don't know.
All right.
They all blend together.
All right. We got totally off track, which, hey, is exactly what we do. You know, we talk about shit we don't know anything about. We're a bunch of fucking know-nothings. You know? We did a show on politics, and we didn't even really get into politics. We just talked a bunch of shit, so.
No, I think we did.
Yeah,
and you're a liar. So
Yeah, fuck me then.
yeah.
All right.
Make
I
this
see.
podcast great again. You know, I don't know how that works, but
Okay, what would that be? I don't know.
well, I'm going to hire the
Mappa.
department of making this podcast great efficiency squad.
Impaga. You know?
That exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Impaga.
Impaga. Just like IGABFpodcast.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.